Where is Jim? Not here. So Kevin, are you ready for us to get started?
You're good to go.
Say good to go.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello, Jim.
Hello.
All right, so we can get started now. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise if you're able and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Moore.
Present.
Councilwoman McNamara. Present. Councilman Iacilli.
Present.
Councilman Pell.
Here.
Councilman Martell.
Present.
Thank you. I move to approve the minutes of the Hampton Bays Water District Commissioners meeting of October 9th, 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
I move to approve the minutes of the regular town board meeting of October 14th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I move to approve the minutes of the special town board meeting of October 16th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The following communications have been received in the office of the town clerk. We have received public notices from the Suffolk County Department of Economic Development and Planning, the town of East Hampton, public hearing notices, and a local law to override the tax levy, Village of Southampton, Board of Architectural and Historic Preservation, public hearing notices for Meadow Lane, South Main, and 16 Gin Lane in Southampton Village. Financial disclosure statement filing from the listed individual, and the following correspondence, emails, and letters have been received regarding the following: change of zone application for Mariner Housing LLC, notification of program changes from Altice USA Incorporated, planning board matter concerning scrub properties in Quogue, proposed purchase of an armored vehicle, public bench at Mill Pond Watermill, traffic safety concerns on Blank Lane Watermill, and WQIP funds for Mill Pond, also in Watermill. The following bid and request for proposal was received on October 15th, a bid for used Ford Transit Connect cargo van. And that concludes the communications for this meeting's agenda.
Thank you. And I do have 4 walk-on resolutions that I'd like to move to put onto the agenda. The first is Town Board Resolution ID number 51290 to authorize the supervisor to execute a no-cost extension of term contract for the surveying, engineering, and land planning services for the realignment of Enterprise Drive, Hamlet of Riverside agreement with Squires, Holden, Weisenbacher, and Smith. The second is Town Board Resolution ID number 51309, 2025 Standard Workday and Reporting Resolution for elected and appointed officials. The third is Town Board Resolution ID number 51327, the warrant number 20, and the fourth walk-on is Town Board Resolution ID number 51331 to authorize funds for the Historic Burying Ground account to purchase endurance, gravestone, and monument cleaner for headstone preservation in the town's historic burying grounds. So I move to move those to the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who's the second?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Thank you.
So we have a special occasion tonight where we'll be swearing in 4 officers. So I would like to move to take those 4 resolutions out of order. They're on page 65 to 66, Town Board Resolutions 2025-1280, 1281, 1282, and 1283.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chief Kiernan, would you like to introduce your respective officers?
Yes, I would.
Pretty loud. So first, thank you Supervisor Moore and Town Council members for having us tonight. Thanks for taking us out of order but a special thanks to all of you. The 5 of you have been so steadfast in the common thread of public safety. Your support of this police department and the safety of this community is just astounding. And to a police chief, there's nothing more comforting to know the commitment that you all have to this safety of the public. So I thank you for that. Today is a great day for the police department. We are bringing on 4 new full-time police officers. Last year at this time, you increased our police department to 110 people, and I remember Councilman Pell said, well, when are you going to have these people? And I said, oh, well, we could get it done in the first quarter. But here we are in the last quarter, the fourth quarter, and we are getting that done. So we are, with these 4, we're at 109, and we'll get to that 110 by the end of the year, I hope. I want to introduce to you folks, this is Jake Jurgensen. You guys can step up right here. And Joseph Dolan, Dominica Sinquamani, and David DeLong. These officers have been serving the town in a part-time capacity for many months, in some of them years, and have demonstrated and surpassed our highest standard. Finding the best police officers to be in the best police department in the state is not easy. We take it very seriously. We have a very unique situation in the town of Southampton. It's different than anywhere in this nation. We have a situation where we have labor. We have our president of our labor union, Eric Breitweiser, is here. Thank him for that. We have labor, we have our administration, we have our elected officials, and we have a community that supports their police. All of those entities are together on the same page when it comes to public safety, and it's very unique. We take a position where progressive policing, police reform, and law and order are not separate from each other, but combined. And without the two working together, it doesn't work. So we have, like I said, a unique situation where we progress the police department, we evolve as a profession, and we maintain law and order at the same time. It's unique here. To you guys, I'm going to tell you, you've been carefully selected. As you know, you've been through a lot to get to this point. You've been carefully selected from a very talented group of candidates to join the finest police department in the state. The Southampton Town Police Department is comprised of women and men committed to excellence, willing to risk their lives for others, serving our community with dignity, honor, and pride, providing safety and comfort to our residents and visitors day and night. The oath that you're about to take brings you into our full-time ranks. You're joining the best police officers on the planet. During your probation, learn from them. They're going to protect you. They're going to teach you. They'll guide you. You're expected to conduct yourselves with exceptional moral value and professional behavior. The bar is set high as our profession demands trustworthy, competent, and reliable individuals. I ask you to remember today, because the demands of the profession may wear on you over time. Remember what drew you to this profession. Remember what called you here. Your batteries will need to be charged down the road, but remember that calling. Remember that call to service. There is no greater honor than to serve the community. Catherine and Tallulah, Joy and Peter, Kenneth, Kelly and John, thank you for sharing your officers with us, and thank you for sharing your loved ones with the community. You're part of our police family now. Never be a stranger. You're welcome at the police department anytime. Please come and visit us, see what we're about, take a tour if you haven't already. And just, we look out for them. The promise that I can give you is that we're going to, we meaning the administration, the elected officials, we're going to give these officers the best equipment we can possibly give them, the best training we can possibly give them to keep them safe. So that's what we can do for you. That's what we promise to do for you. These folks, if you have been noticing, sometimes it gets critical out there. These folks stand up for us. They stand up for these police officers. I've seen it over and over, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of our department. So thank you very much, and don't be strangers to our department. Right now, you guys are going to take your, actually, you guys are going to vote on the resolution.
First things first.
Do the resolution. And coincidentally, Chief, our Public Safety Administrator, Ryan Murphy, reminded me today is National First Responders Day. And that's when we recognize the first responders throughout the community who act courageously and selflessly to protect our residents and our visitors every day. So it's very fitting that we're swearing in our 4 new officers today. Okay, so Town Board Resolution 2025-1280 to appoint Police Officer David DeLong.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who is the second?
Cindy.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1281 to appoint Police Officer Domenica Cinquemani.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1282 to appoint Police Officer Jake Jurgensen.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Town Board Resolution 2025-1283 to appoint Police Officer Joseph Dalen.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so
Just those. Oh. Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your names.
I, Joseph Dalen,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and Southampton Town Code,
and Southampton Town Code,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Southampton Town Police Officer
of Southampton Town Police Officer
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Joseph, can you turn the baby around so we get a picture of the baby?
Out of the picture, Jimmy.
So.
Thank you.
We should go out there. It's all this stuff.
That's a good thing.
Guess who's on the cover of the press next week?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. We should have had Colleen up here. Colleen, to take the pictures.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huh?
Ask me how I know. Five.
Congratulations.
I know.
Congratulations.
Eastport Fire Chief.
Uh-oh. Spoke too soon.
Sport fire chief.
Which kid?
Which kid?
Dalen.
Dalen.
I don't have to take my jacket. It's a little warm.
All right.
Hey, Kim, can you just give us a little air? Little air.
What is he here for, Redwood?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying. I did see a roundabout picture.
Okay.
Well, that was certainly exciting, and happy National First Responders Day to all of our first responders. All right. So let's move forward with the public hearings. Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the first public hearing?
Certainly. Public hearing number 1, to consider amending Town Code, Chapter 8, Budget, to override the tax levy limit established by General Municipal Law, Section 3-C.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good evening, Madam Supervisor and members of the Town Board. On June 24th, 2011, the property tax cap was signed into law pursuant to Chapter 97 of the laws of 2011. In short, the property tax cap establishes a limit on the annual growth or increase of property taxes levied by local governments and school districts up to 2% or the rate of inflation, whichever is less. Though there are limited, narrow exclusions to the cap applies to the total levy set by the town. By its terms, the tax levy cannot exceed the cap unless 60% or a majority of the town board approves such an increase by a duly adopted local law. As proposed, in addition to the rising costs of employee health insurance and pension contributions, the budget adds much-needed staffing positions to certain departments, including the police department, in response to the public's desire for increased public safety and traffic enforcement, as well as the municipal works and waste management departments, in order to address infrastructure needs and the continued maintenance of town properties. In addition, new positions were created and salary increases have been proposed in order to address the town's ongoing challenge of retaining existing and hiring new qualified employees. For these reasons, the board is seeking to override the tax levy limit of 2% as it relates to the 2026 fiscal year, and in doing so, must adopt a local law authorizing an override of said tax cap pursuant to General Municipal Law, Section 3C. I'm happy to answer any questions the board may have, and also present is your town comptroller, Dorothy Godlewski, to answer any questions. We will be asking the board to adjourn this public hearing to November 12th, which will be your next scheduled budget hearing. Does the board have any questions?
Not at the moment, I don't. Do you any?
No.
Well, I don't think there's any cards for this first public hearing. Is there anybody that wishes to be heard on this? It's not clear on this one which one they're for. Yeah, but it's something else. Beverly, you're not here for this public hearing, are you? Or is she downstairs? This isn't the public hearing you wanted to take it, okay. All right, Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for this first public hearing?
Yes, I have one hand up. Kevin, can you just increase your volume out here, just so we can hear you very, very low?
Yeah, there's one person on Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, if there's no
He
comments.
said there's one person on Zoom.
Oh, there is? Oh, I thought he said no one. Okay.
He's very low.
Thank you, Janice.
And this one too. Park budget.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hi,
Hi,
Meredith.
I am here on behalf of the Bridgehampton Civic Association, and I actually just have one question about this. I was reading the statute earlier today, and it seems that even if the town board does eventually, after the November 12th hearing, approve it with a 60% vote, is there a public referendum that's then required? Or that's not required?
If you would like me to answer.
Yes, please.
Not for the town board, that's only for school districts. The town board has.
Oh,
to
that's,
have-
okay, so just for the regular property taxes, it's just as long as the town board approves the 60%?
Correct, and just a note,
Okay.
60% of this town board is still a basic majority. It's 3, it's not 4. Not a
Okay,
supermajority.
thank you very much. I appreciate that. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Meredith. All right, well, if there's no other comments, then I move to close the public hearing.
Second. Adjourning, right?
I thought this one was closed, the other two? Just adjourning? Then I move to adjourn this public hearing to November 12th. All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the second public hearing?
Public hearing number 2 for 2026 fire protection contracts.
Good evening, board members. This public hearing is being held in furtherance of the town's annual fire protection district contracts for the provision of fire protection services, including but not limited to firefighting vehicles, equipment, and firefighting personnel. These contracts encompass, in the village of Quogue, funding to the Quogue Fire Protection District, in the village of Sag Harbor, funding to the Bay Point Fire Protection District, and also in the village of Sag Harbor, funding to the Noyak Fire Protection District. Does the board have any questions?
No, I don't believe so. And I don't have any cards on this public hearing. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom?
I have one hand up.
Okay.
Kathleen, are we closing this one?
Close.
Always like suspenseful.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I'm on the trailing edge of technology for all this, so it's a little slow for me. Thank you very much. I'm also a resident with Meredith Berkowitz around in Butter Lane, and we had a question, all sort of the residents that live around the reserve. There's an ag reserve that we've had numerous problems with over the past 8 years, and
Oh, excuse me, are you speaking to the public hearing on the
Yes.
fire protection contracts?
on the what?
Fire protection contracts?
Nothing to do with fire protection.
Then we're in the middle of a public hearing on that. So what is the
I'm so
topic?
sorry.
It's fine. What's-
I'm so sorry.
Maybe you're for public portion?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. How do I get out of here now?
Kevin will help you out. Kevin will help you out.
It's not like you're on big screens in the middle of town hall or anything.
Okay, thank you. I know.
Okay. If there's no other comments, then I move to close this public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice of the third public hearing?
Public hearing number 3, to consider any increases proposed in the maximum amount to be expended annually in the town of Southampton special districts.
Good evening, board members. Pursuant to New York State Town Law Article 12A, this public hearing is to consider public comments as it relates to any increases proposed in the town's special district budgets for 2026. Both myself and your town comptroller, Dorothy Godlewski, are available to answer any questions.
And when you say special districts, you mean the park districts?
Correct.
Lighting districts?
Correct. If you look at your notice of hearing, you can see there's ambulance districts, your erosion control districts, park districts, parking districts, road improvement districts, lighting districts, and water districts.
Thank you. Well, again, I don't have any cards on this. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom who'd like to speak at this third public hearing?
No one on Zoom.
Does anybody on the board have any questions or
No, I
comments?
just want to speak real quick on the ambulance districts, the cost of equipment and the decommissioning that's mandatory on some of the equipment. It's making it more and more tough to stay, reasonably fit. So some of these increases, you will probably see over the next couple of years, but it's strictly equipment related and to keep the ambulance districts up to the equipment that they really need to provide for the neighbors.
Thank you, Rick.
I just want to say good job to East Quogue for getting everything done with the park districts and getting it into this budget. So, East Quogue.
They're very happy about that. Okay, then, if there's no other comments, then see, they're not numbered. Okay, Eileen McPhail.
Elaine McFallon, Hampton Bays. Good evening, Town Supervisor and council people. Two questions regarding the amount in the budget for Hampton Bays parks. Being that we have maybe more parks than any other town, but it seems we have less money in the budget this year than last year. And the $70,000 that was mentioned to be spent on the, I think, the post office parking. Do you care to elaborate on the money?
Dorothy, our comptroller could speak to that. Thank you.
So this shows only how much the difference in a tax levy. I don't believe we lowered any kind of spending. Whatever was submitted to the Parks Department was taken, included. That just shows that we're gonna be raising less taxes. That could be because, we got more interest allocation. But I don't believe we cut any spending that I know of. I don't know, that would really be Parks Director because she she reviews the budget and enters everything. We didn't cut anything. So whatever was submitted and reviewed was, it's included in the budget.
So these are based on requests, and so it's possible that they were able to offset this year's budget with money that they didn't spend from last year, and therefore it's a decrease, so it's.
I would have to look line by line if there's any difference, but just because you see a reduction, that means we're gonna be lower, getting less taxes, doesn't mean that the spending is decreasing. But I would have to really look budget by budget, line by line, last year versus this to see if there's any reduction in spending.
So I have your email, Eileen, so I can get back to you with the specifics on that, why the difference. But I can agree with Dorothy that we gave what was requested this year.
Thank you.
So, okay. Thank you, Dorothy. there's no one on Zoom, right, Kevin?
No one on Zoom.
Okay, so if there's no other comments, then I move to adjourn this hearing to November 12th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the fourth public hearing?
Public hearing number 4 on the 2026 preliminary budget.
Evening again, board members. Pursuant to New York State Town Law, Section 108, this public hearing is to consider public comments as it relates to the town's 2026 preliminary budget. And again, your town comptroller, Dorothy Godlewski, and myself are available for any questions.
All right, well, I don't have any cards for this, so Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for this fourth public hearing?
No one on Zoom.
All right, well, Beverly, your card is for something else, right? It's not numbered, so okay. All right, thank you. All right, well, if no one has any comments at this point, then I move to adjourn the public hearing to our next date of November 12th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the fifth public hearing?
Public hearing number 5 for the proposed allocation of the Community Development Block Grant Funds for the year 2026.
Good evening, Madam Supervisor and members of the Town Board. I am Kara Back, your Director of Housing. It's a pleasure to speak to you tonight about the Community Development Block Grant Program, or CDBG. CDBG is a federal HUD program that supports local governments in addressing community needs in low to moderate income areas. Suffolk County is the participating jurisdiction that administers the funds to the town of Southampton. Each year, the Housing Department advertises a request for applications for CDBG funding that can be used to improve town infrastructure and address community needs within the town's low to moderate income areas. The CDBG funding request is based upon the prior year's funding and the applications we receive from eligible applicants. For 2026, the town will be requesting $247,250 from the county. The final award amount is subject to change after Congress approves the final federal budget. The purpose of this public hearing is to hear the recommendations to the town's proposed spending for the 2026 CDBG funds. A notice of this public hearing was published in accordance with HUD guidelines. The town's Parks Department submitted 4 project proposals, which include installing new aluminum bleachers at the soccer field located at North Sea Community Park, remove and replace the existing cracked and broken sidewalks and curbs in the parking area at Foster Avenue Park. At Ludlam Park, the Parks Department would like to install security cameras to be consistent with other town parks. And at Red Creek Park, the Parks Department would like to reconfigure and install a new driveway with angled parking near the pickleball courts. Also for your consideration, code enforcement would like to fund additional staff in the Riverside Flanders area. And there was a request to add additional funds to the facade program for improvements to businesses that are located in low to moderate income areas. In addition to improving town infrastructure in these low moderate income areas, HUD allows the town to give CDBG money to public service groups who provide services to low moderate income individuals. 15% of the projected funding may be allocated for these public services. The Housing Department received 8 applications for funding from the following public service groups: the Butterfly Effect Project, Catholic Home Care, Heart of the Hamptons, Maureen's Haven, Ola of Eastern Long Island, Sepa Mujer, The Retreat, and Head Start. Because the county requires a minimum award of $5,000, and because the town can only allocate up to 15% of the projected funding award, the town will only be able to award funding to 6 of these public service organizations. And now we have Daryl Balmer from the town's Assistant Park Director is here tonight to answer any questions that you may have about the Parks Department funding requests. I respectfully request that after all speakers are heard, that the hearing be closed. so that I can work with you all in an authorizing resolutions to be submitted for your November 12th meeting.
Thank you, Kara.
Evening, Town Board. How's everybody?
Very welcome.
So yeah, I have, if you guys have any questions about our projects, the one in Red Creek Park, there's a small area of the driveway that's adjacent to the pickleball courts that's going to, it's kind of a weird spot because the parking spaces are actually not configured to any parking standard. So we're going to fix that with money from CDBG, if we get it. Foster Avenue Park is a park that we've done some improvements to. We have a nice new playground there that was installed a few years back. We redid the stockade fences on both sides of the park last year. And kind of one of the last things we really would like to see done there is the broken concrete sidewalk that is kind of leading up to the playground and is kind of, you kind of step out of your car and then you get onto the sidewalk and then you got this kind of broken sidewalk. So we're going to look to fix that. We'll also be looking to put new curbing around the entire perimeter of the parking lot and then do asphalt repair in kind with, what needs to be done there. And we'll be putting in a new handicap ramp. That's also part of this improvement to get up to the actual playground area. North Sea Park. We need more bleachers there. We have 2 soccer fields that are frequented very often on the weekends. And what we notice is that a lot of times the park users are like moving the bleachers and picnic tables around the park. So we felt it would be necessary to request to put new bleachers in with some pads. Those bleachers will be adjacent to the skate park that was recently renovated there and kind of facing to the east to the soccer fields that are down there. And then Ludlam is a park that Parks Department has been spending a lot of time on to do revitalization there. We actually currently have a project that's in the hopper right now for $90,000 that will see the courts be refurbished and fencing. And then in next year's budget, if we get the money from CDBG, we'll be installing cameras that will kind of lay the foundation for other camera projects within the Flanders Hamlet. So we're told that basically building on Ludlam Park kind of sets the foundation, and then other locations such as Riverside Maritime Park can come online. And there's another location that's up on 104 that's also going to be able to be located. That's not a parks location, but it will be part of this foundation that we're building. So, do you guys have any questions?
Daryl, I just want to thank you for your work these past 2 years working with you. It's been really great, and Kristen and your coordination with Kara, as well as some of our recent community meetings where you've heard a lot from our constituents and some of the needs that they have, and we really appreciate all your work on that.
Yes, yeah, and we're happy to help the communities that we serve to give them better parks, and with Kara's help and housing, we are able to do that. So.
Yeah, the Ludlam Avenue Park, I mean, that's key. You've made so many improvements there. It's getting more and more use. The cameras are crucial there, but it's also where our youth bureau is most of the time. So it's important to them and important to the extension of the town that we make sure that it's safe there.
It's also one of my favorite parks.
There was a
Just gonna
trunk
put
or
that out
treat
there.
this
It's-
weekend.
Yes.
It was really fun.
It's kind of a nice little community park, and I think that as we do these improvements, it gets more use. So that's always a good thing, I think,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Thank you, Darrell.
Thank you.
Any other questions, or? Thank you. Thank you for your support, too.
Of course. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for this public hearing, number 5?
No one on Zoom.
Kevin, are you there?
Zoom.
Kevin!
Can you guys hear me?
We lost Kevin.
Mayor, did you want to talk about this one or the one
Make sure
before?
it's okay.
No one's on Zoom.
Oh, there
No
we
one
go.
on Zoom. No one on Zoom.
Okay.
The Noyak traffic circle. So I don't know if it should have been in the last one or if I should wait for the end.
You just wait till public portion at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did Kevin respond?
Yes, yes.
he
there's
said no one
nobody
on
on
Zoom.
No one else.
So just to finish up, I just want to thank Kara, and, Michael and I meet with Kara pretty regularly on this, and to figure out who the 6 were, who actually get the public service grants is tough. I wish we had a little bit more money to spread around, but certainly every little bit we can give comes in handy. So appreciate your efforts, Kara.
Thank you. All right, well, if there's no other comments, then I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the 6th public hearing?
Public hearing number 6, to consider the acquisition of 40 Redwood Road in the village of Sag Harbor and amend CPF project plan and the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Good evening, Madam Supervisor, Town Council members, Jackie Fenlon, Director of Community Preservation. We are here before you tonight to consider the acquisition of 40 Redwood Road in the village of Sag Harbor, Suffolk County, New York. This is a 1.7 acre property located on Redwood Road in Sag Harbor. This is known as Suffolk County Tax Note Number 903-1-3-19.1. And currently, we have the purported owner as Redwood Anchorage Incorporated, who have an interest in selling the property for $7,500,000. So we are proposing to include this in the Community Preservation Project Plan, designated under the Village Hamlet Green, Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Target Area. This is consistent with other marinas that the town has purchased, and we do believe that this will provide public recreation and boating opportunities for small vessel boats in the area. So this will be open to town residents as well as Sag Harbor Village residents. I can point it to the property right here. You will also see that this will give public water access. There is existing dead-end road directly adjacent to the property, which is currently used by community member groups for access to the water. So this would also build upon that recreational opportunity. And as we all know, Southampton Town is a maritime community, with Sag Harbor obviously having deep roots and history in the harbor community. And this would give access to Sag Harbor Cove and Sag Harbor Bay for residents of the town of Southampton and village of Sag Harbor. So we're very excited to move forward with this acquisition, so that's why we are before you today. And let me know if you have any questions.
All right, well, thank you for all your work in working through, any issues that were, any legalities or everything that you had to address to make sure that we could go forward with the purchase.
Yes. We worked, and I do want to say a special thanks to the property owner, Jerry Schwenk. We worked closely with him and his representative, Jane Holden, on the purchase, as well as Mayor Gardella and Jean Kane from the village of Sag Harbor. Working with them has been very important in making sure that they are aware of this. They were very integral in getting this to the table today.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're here today. So I know hopefully they can speak in favor and express that, but I just wanted to say that we will be also working on an IMA agreement, which is an intermunicipal agreement, so that we can formalize affordability of this property. And the intent is to maintain affordable access for, boat slips. And hopefully will be along the similar lines as what the town Parks and Recreation, which Daryl deals with routinely for boat slip rental. So we'll keep it on an affordable level, and that will be one of the attributes of the IMA that we'll be working on.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we have some cards on this one. Yeah, Mayor Gardella is here.
Good evening, Supervisor and board members.
Welcome, Mayor.
I just wanted to state publicly that I had so much support from the board getting through this process. We sat down with Cindy McNamara and Councilor Burke, as you remember, and pitched the idea. And Tommy John Scavone actually started this conversation with me, and then Michael contributed. I appreciate Councilman Pell's contribution with, I believe, the pump-out boat was one of your ideas to place there. A lot of support from Rick Martell. So
We
we have
met
a-
also.
What's that?
You and I met also.
We met plenty of times and talked. I was getting to you.
Didn't sound like it.
No, I was getting to you. But the thing is, we have a rare opportunity here to do something to preserve the waterfront, which is, as you know, and I believe that Ann Welker has spoken about this, that these properties go on the market, they're sold, they're developed, and we're losing slowly on Long Island, we're losing our waterfront. This is a perfect opportunity. Affordability, the people that are in that marina are carpenters, electricians, local people. We want to keep it affordable for them. We want to protect the waterways with the pump-out boat. Myself and Supervisor Moore had discussed doing a program in one of the buildings for the Cornell Cooperative back to the bays, to have them there to have a lab so that they can interact with the younger generation to show them, monitoring the water, eelgrass program, stuff like that, to get the younger generation involved in protecting the waterways. But none of this would have happened without, I have to say, Mr. Jerry Schwenk, who came to me, I believe it was March of last year, with Harbor Master Bory, Harbor Master Dorier, and I believe Gene Kane was in that meeting, and gave us his vision for what he wanted to see his marina become, which is be maintained as a local, affordable marina, and maintain it as it is. And also Jane Holden was instrumental, local. I mean, she's been here forever. She helped us a lot work through this process, so I want to thank her. And, of course, Gene Kane, who worked tirelessly on this, kept the communication lines open. And Harbor Master Bory and Doria are more than capable of managing this property and taking care of it. We know the property, we know the waterways around there, so it's ideal for us to manage it for the town. So I would hope that everybody would vote for this. We have a rare opportunity to lead the way. Southampton Town set an example for the rest of the county. So I just wanted to thank you and say I'm in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up. When this first came brought to us, the exec session by Jackie and Dan, you can ask Jackie how many times I called her because I was so excited about this. I'm one of the persons on the board who wants to buy waterfront. If it's the bay, the ocean, because I know what access is all about. What we talked about was the price. The price was, they gave us a price, we had it appraised. Sag Harbor was supposed to pay, I think, $2 million or a percent of it. At the end of the day, they reneged on that, okay?
Well, yeah, I think.
You have a chance to talk now. I did not interrupt you, Mayor. Please do not interrupt me. We wanted to talk about the people in the marina. They should have the first right of refusal because they've been there for a long time. How it was going to be run, if the parks was going to run it, the trustees were going to run it, or the village was going to run it. We talked about the different uses, okay? But all five of us was for the marina. I felt that added in the article in Southampton Press was incorrect. The mayor you never got up to correct what your statement you made. Okay, I felt that when I read that you were playing politics with CPF money, and I don't like that. I take the CPF money and the water quality money very strongly, and that's the problem I have. I'm for this, but I'm not for the village of Sag Harbor to run it at this time, because I'm not quite sure how you're going to do it. If you're going to up the raise, even if we do the MRI, it has to be very strict. You never corrected what you said, and that's what bothers me. And I want to protect, I'm not done. I want to protect the people who are in there, and I want to protect the freeholders of Southampton, what I'm doing. And I want to make sure that everything is perfect for that marina. So it can go on, so the average person can afford to have a boat.
So I just want to, I understand where you're coming from, Bill, and I hear you, and you are absolutely 1,000% an advocate for preserving waterfront properties. Nobody would ever deny that or take that away from you. What you're referring to about Sag Harbor being a partner in this is we had discussed potentially buying the development rights and allowing Sag Harbor to own the marina and own the underlying fee title and run the marina as a Sag Harbor marina. And I think where we ended up with this is the best of both worlds, because we retain ownership of it. Sag Harbor runs it through an IMA, and through that IMA process, we can be very clear on maintaining affordability and maintaining how it's run. And at any time, if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, we can 1,000%, I'm sure, Dan will work this into the contract, where if we don't believe it's being handled the right way, we step in and we take it over. Right now, our Parks Department is kind of stretched thin, and I think allowing Sag Harbor to run this marina while maintaining affordability and maintaining the rights of town residents to use it is a win-win situation. I want to involve the school in some projects there, as they discussed with the supervisor. I'm very comfortable with this, and maybe I'm more comfortable with this because 4 years in, I've dealt with these IMAs with a bunch of other municipalities and entities. We did the Steinbeck House. We did a whole bunch of other things that we were very specific. And it's not, the CPF is going to sit down with Sag Harbor and they're going to decide how this is done. This is going to come back to us numerous times. We're going to have discussions on this, and we're not going to agree to that IMA until everyone on this board is comfortable with it. And, we're going to make sure that we maintain overall control of this, and that's why it's being done the way it is. I have no issues with Sag Harbor running it. I believe they, are doing this for the right reasons. I thank the owner of the marina for holding out and waiting, and selling it to the town so that we can preserve this access. I think it's very important, and I wholeheartedly support it.
Thank you for that.
And I do want to just correct, so what happened was, I believe, when the appraisals came in, we were working with Sag Harbor to share the cost. And then we had freshened up appraisals that allowed the town to purchase the entirety of the marina. So, just so you
Yes,
know, it
I
wasn't that
realize
they
that.
backed out.
Yeah. But also, the trustees can run it too. You've been pushing for Sag Harbor to run it. I was for it too, but I want to have the option of having the trustees. They run other marinas, and in the last comment in the newspaper, he has not corrected that yet. So, I have dealt with the deputy mayor on some other project. He was very good, very helpful, very truthful when he spoke, okay? He has not corrected the comment, okay? He supported you, and he was playing politics with CPF fund. He has to correct that problem. Maybe we should put this after the election? I don't want to, I want to vote.
We're not voting on it tonight anyway,
Well-
right? Is
Yeah.
it on for resolution?
All right, so I'll just say, the article that Bill's referring to indicated that Councilwoman McNamara and Councilman Martell were early backers and who eventually convinced the rest of the board that it was a good idea. And that's what we're reacting to. So Mayor, if you wanted to clarify, come back up and
Yeah.
just clarify that.
And
that
that's
would
what
be
we
helpful.
understood, you were going to come and say right off the bat.
Well, I'll fix it right now.
Thank you.
I can't control what the reporter writes, okay? He took a little creative license in saying that, I never said that Cindy and Rick convinced the rest of the board. I said that I spoke to them early on. I don't know how to tell them what we were trying to do in Sag Harbor. And we never took the $2 million off the table. That was something that was worked out between council and the rest of the board members. So I don't understand why you're so upset, Councilman Pell. I apologize if I offended you, if something I said offended you. That was not my intention.
We've all been misquoted in the paper.
So,
Just put that out there.
I can't control what a news reporter writes, the way he puts little words in there. This has probably happened to you over your
Yeah,
career.
how's that?
So it was in no way mean to disparage anybody on this council, okay? I speak to Michael Iacilli almost once a week. We discuss multiple things. I always speak to Maria Moore. I think you're the only person I haven't had a face-to-face conversation with, except for here tonight, which is unfortunate the way that it's been put out in the public. But that's not, I never intended to play politics with any CPF money, okay? I just wanted to recognize people that I worked with personally to try to make this happen. Dan McCormick and Jackie Fenlon helped tremendously. Councilor Burke gave us some advice on how to craft this, so it was a full team effort. There was nobody on either side that I could say pushed the ball over the goal line. It's a team effort. And as far as running the marina, I mean, our harbor masters, they know the marina. They've done a great job with our harbor and docks. They're right there. We have no problem handling this. I mean, it's in our wheelhouse. So fortunate, I hope you could change your mind, Councilman Pell, and let us take over the marina and run it for the town. Of course, anything we do, we're going to communicate to the town to make sure it's okay, and you guys approve it. We wouldn't do anything outside of that. So I just hope that somehow changes your feelings towards, the management of the marina.
Flexible on that. I just wanted to hear from your mouth.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. And like I said, I can't control what,
I did reach out to you, I think 3 times, and I never got a return phone call.
I would like to know who you reached out to, because I
called
never
your
got any
office.
message.
I called your office, left, return call. I had my secretary, office aide, send you a few emails.
I never received that. I don't know where they sent the emails or where they made the phone calls, but I've always returned people's phone
Well,
calls.
hopefully you guys can get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I
I pass that marina almost every day, I actually pull into it. I was very excited about getting it because it has a boat ramp. And
Right.
And the bateman can use that boat ramp. I can, other people can't afford a slip in the town, can use that boat ramp.
I think
We've seen it in Sag Harbor where private companies have come in, bought a marina, and they're priced out of them.
Yeah.
All the locals are priced out, and they have nowhere to put their boats. So this is, like I said, a perfect opportunity for us to preserve it. And again, I apologize if some reporter wrote something in an ad that upset you. I can't control that, but
Well, thank you for clarifying it. We didn't want to leave the public with the impression that we weren't all supportive of the project, because we were.
no, like I said, it was a team effort. Everybody contributed, as far as I could see. Thank you.
Team effort, that's right.
And I
Thank
appreciate that Bill was excited, but nobody gets more excited than when Dan proposes something, Jackie proposes something on the water. This was one of those purchases that, not only gave public access, but like the mayor was saying, every time one of these marinas come up, a hedge fund guy buys it and jumps the price, and then they flip it and it flips again. And before you know it, you and I, who have, the smaller boats, don't have any place to go. And this was preserving a marina where local people could not only, put their boat, but also launch. It has a launch for the whole town of Southampton. So to me, this is something that was a no-brainer, ideal, and I have all the faith in the world that with the proper IMA, we can certainly let the village run it. They're right there. They know the waters. They know what they're doing. They know the people that are involved. So this was, Bill, I didn't jump up and down, but I was excited too.
I know.
So I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I think we can get this right.
We can.
All right, so Village Trustee Jean Kane, would you like to come up?
First, thank you all for allowing us to be here. And I will first start off by thanking Supervisor Moore and all the council members, as well as Jackie and Dan for helping us, and James for also stepping in on that side. So we very much appreciate your support and looking out for the water. And I did prepare some remarks, but I don't think I'll go through them because I think we've covered this. I really do want to thank Jerry, and I'm glad he's getting the recognition. It's very commendable for him to have had this vision and to say he wanted to continue what his family started and then what he's been owning and operating. And if anyone does get the chance to go to the marina, you will see how pristine and clean he keeps it. It's remarkable. And that's the way we look to continue to do that as well. As has been just spoken, and Councilman Martell just said, when we see what's really gone on here, it's both public and private large entities that come in and have big financial backing. And so where the Redwood Anchorage Marina served the smaller boats and really took care of them, these new guys come in, they dredge, they impact the coastline and the vegetation so that they can bring in the big boats and raise the rates to then block out any of the smaller owners. So we've seen this all along the East Coast. And water quality is very important, and Councilman Powell, we completely appreciate all the support that you've done around water quality. It's very dear to anyone in Sag Harbor, and really all the tourists that come, the boat, whether it's the boat people. When we think about the responsibility we have, is to continue to promote and revitalize that water in every way we can. And that means stopping excess dredging and things that shouldn't happen. We do need dredging from time to time, but not so that a rate of return is going to go to the bottom line of these public and private entities that are going to come in. The one thing that I do want to note, that as Jackie and Dan and I were going through who the current clients are, 85% of them are either Southampton town residents or Sag Harbor Village residents, which we didn't know when we first looked at it. So it's fantastic because we're going to be continuing to support our residents. And that was the goal, to take care of those people and to continue that to be going on for perpetuity. And as I believe you are aware, Jerry was approached by several of these larger entities offering him higher amounts of money. And he's passed on that and came to a price that's fair for Southampton Town's community preservation funding and fair to him. And it's at, considerable discount because he wants this vision to continue. So personally, I'm representing all the trustees and the mayor, really just saying thank you for looking at this.
30 seconds.
Which seems to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I actually did, when Jerry redid his docks, I actually was a trustees who did that. So I know your place pretty good by walking around
Great.
when you
Thank you
did your
very much.
permits.
Jane Holden?
Good evening. I was first brought to Redwood in my mother's womb 80 years ago, so I guess I am as old as dirt. I've been selling real estate for 45 years, and one night, 15 months ago, I got a phone call at home from Mr. Schwank. He's a very private man, he's very quiet, and he told me he was interested in selling the marina that his father purchased in the 1960s. The Schwank family has a history of doing many things for the community. I can tell you point blank, I had two offers for Jerry, much higher, with him holding the paper and making a lot more money. And one day he even said to me, some people are telling me I'm really pretty dumb for doing this. And I told him, no, you're not. You're being true to who you are and who your family and what your family history is. Now, regarding this reporter, he came to Jerry's property several times, and Jerry repeatedly told him, I am not ready to speak about this. Please leave me alone. Well, guess what? He didn't, and he put this article in the paper with things that really weren't double-checked. And I think it's really sad that people have their own agenda and they don't care who they're affecting with it. One marina in Sag Harbor Village that sold, it went from $5,000 to $18,000 a season. There's not a local family that can handle this. Whenever I've been at the marina, it's like old home week, people coming in. We've known for years. I sincerely hope you pass this through, not because I'm a selling broker and listing broker, because it's so special to Jerry, and he's a very, very special man, and he needs to be respected.
We're very grateful that he was willing to work with the town rather than take the higher offers. That's so special.
Thank you.
Priscilla Garston?
Yeah. Jim makes a good point. Not every broker would have
Urged you to take it.
urged him to take the lower offer.
Okay, and, is it Jesse Matsuka? Thank you. cards are all messed up.
Good evening. I just want to say a couple words of support as a person that has multiple businesses in Sag Harbor. I can tell you over the 3 decades that my family has been in Sag Harbor, the Sag Harbor Marina has been run very well, very efficient. The people that utilize it, the residents that come into our businesses and actually speak very highly of it, I want to be able to share their words here, as well as talk about the harbor master that has done a fantastic job, and most likely will continue that with this location. So just a couple of positive, supportive words, and I hope you can take all the wonderful things that were said today into action.
Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Jess.
All right. Is there anyone on Zoom, Kevin?
No one on Zoom.
All right. Well, if nobody else has any comments or questions, then I move to close this public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you all for coming for this. Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the 7th public hearing?
Public hearing number 7, to consider the acquisition of 185 Widow Gavitt's Road in the hamlet of Sag Harbor and amend the CPF project plan and CPF management stewardship plan to include the property.
Good evening again, Madam Supervisor, Town Council members, Jackie Fenlon, Director of Community Preservation. The second hearing we're presenting, number 7, is for the property located at 185 Widow Gavitt's Road in Sag Harbor as well. This is not in the village, this is in the hamlet of Sag Harbor. So the property total is approximately 1.6 acres. There is a 1.5 acre property currently improved with a single-family residence. That residence is proposed and required to be removed as part of the purchase, as well as a 2,500 square foot island, both with the same address, but Suffolk County tax note numbers are 900-40-2-28 and 29.1 respectively. So the Sharon Ann Grodsky Living Trust, dated May 26, 2013, and Anne Marie Fulham as trustee have expressed interest in selling the property for $1.9 million, so $900,000, sorry. And we are proposing that this be amended and put into the CPF project plan as a designated for open space greenbelt in the Long Pond Greenbelt target area, which encompasses magnificent corridor of interconnected ponds and woodlands, and also contains extremely rare and endangered and vulnerable plants and animals. So this preserves approximately 665 linear feet of pond frontage on Long Pond, as well as the perimeter of the island, which is approximately 190 feet of pond frontage. So I'll just point to the property now.
Very nice.
As you can also see, based upon the aerial provided, thank you to GIS, and they have provided, you can see that the town of Southampton owns to the south and to the north, and also directly across the street, and this is also a road walking linkage of the Palmanock Path. So this will help achieve our preservation goals in this area, and especially the special Long Pond Greenbelt.
Thank you. Does anybody have
Thank
any
you.
questions for Jackie?
Not on this one.
Is there anyone in the audience that wants to be heard on this? Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for the 7th public hearing?
I have one hand up.
Is this on?
Jackie, is Redwood on for tonight or no?
No, right?
No, it's not. That'll be on for the next.
What about this one? I'm sorry.
No, neither of these are on. They're just on for public hearing, but they'll be presented at the next meeting.
Great.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Hi, Sandra. You can go ahead. Oh, and Day.
Oh, I think you're on mute.
Unmute yourself.
Where?
There you go.
No, I think I did it.
There you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. I'm sitting here, I am Vice President of Friends of the Long Pond Greenbelt, and I'm sitting here with Dave Dayton, who is President of the Long Pond Greenbelt. And we are here to lend our support to this purchase. It's a very, very important piece, one more piece for the protection of Long Pond. And as Jackie pointed out, it is right next to and across the street from already preserved properties. And so it just could not be a better piece of property to purchase. And we are fully in support of it. And we thank you and thank Jackie for the work she did to make this happen.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight to tell us that.
And I just want to also thank Day and the Friends of the Long Pond for all your efforts and for being great stewards. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
All right, good night.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's it then. If no one has any other questions for Jackie, then I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the 9th public hearing?
Public hearing number 8, to consider historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Austin Tuttle Family House located at 149 South Country Road, Remsenburg, Spionk.
Good evening, Supervisor and members of the Town Board. For the record, Kelly Doyle, Assistant Town Attorney. This is a public hearing to consider the historic landmark designation of the property located at 149 South Country Road in Remsenburg, Spionk. I'll just point to the aerial over here. This is approximately 1.2 acres, and this is privately owned, and it is the property owner that requested the landmarking. The Landmarks and Historic Districts Board has found that this site qualifies for landmark designation pursuant to Town Code Section 330-321. The application was referred to the Planning Board, and the Planning Board fully supports the landmark designation. And the name of this proposed landmark is the Austin Tuttle Family House. And Stephanie Davis, Chair of the Landmarks and Historic Districts Board, can tell you all about the historical details of the site.
Had to be done.
Supervisor, Town Board members, we spoke several weeks ago about the history of this particular house. This house is near and dear to me. It's right down the road from where I live. I knew the last Tuttle members who lived in this house. There were five generations of Tuttle family that lived in this house, going back to about 1820. The house remains in remarkably good condition. It has a lot of original historic materials on its exterior and interior. The current owner is very interested in preserving the house. He's done a beautiful job of taking care of it. He's made it available when he's around for the historic walking tours that we have in Remsenburg. So we're very excited to have this particular property landmarked in our town. You have any questions about the property?
Thank you for that. We had this whole work session on these and
Yeah.
Exactly.
got to ask all our questions.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank you for doing
summary.
it.
Are there, Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom that would like to be heard?
No one on Zoom.
Thank you. All right, well, if there's no other comments, then I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the next public hearing?
Public hearing number 9, to consider historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Herman Ellsworth Terrell House located at 11 Walnut Avenue, East Quogue.
Again, you also had a work session on this proposed landmark designation as well. So I'm sure you've already seen it, but the aerial photo is here. This is also a property that is privately owned, and it is the property owner, again, that is requesting the landmark designation. Again, this was referred to the Planning Board, and the Planning Board also fully supports the landmark designation for this property. The proposed landmark name is the Herman Ellsworth Terrell House, and Stephanie Davis can give you some detail, again, about the history of the site.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. We've, again, discussed this several weeks ago. This is a house that was owned by several generations of the Terrell family, which is a well-known family in East Quogue, married into a bunch of other local families, and there's been a lot of Terrells there for a long time. The current owner requested to landmark this house. It has been, again, very well maintained. He's done some recent renovations on it and that have been very much in keeping with the historic character of the house. It still has also a lot of original materials. This one dates to the late 1800s. And it's a Queen Anne style vernacular farmhouse. So, any questions?
No, it was a very thorough presentation at the work session, so we appreciate that.
And I just want to say thank you because of that work session and the conversations that we had, especially about doing outreach and everything, this actually came up, 11 Walnut, I brought it up at our CAC meeting, and it has sparked conversations for other property owners that are kind of like, we didn't even know this was available and this was a thing. So you may be getting some people reaching out from East Quogue to ask about doing this.
Send them our way. We are more than happy to talk to them. And we've walked, a number of homeowners down the path to landmarking in recent years. So I'd like to see more of that.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for the 9th public hearing?
No one on Zoom.
All right, then, I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the 10th and final public hearing?
Public hearing number 10, to consider amending Town Code, Chapter 312, Vehicles and Traffic, amending parking prohibited in designated locations, regulations on a portion of Sunrise Avenue, Bridgehampton.
Good evening, members of the Town Board. I'm Thomas Halton, Town Engineer. I am here tonight to speak about amending the parking regulations on Sunrise Avenue. It's a small side street off of Bridgehampton Sag Harbor Turnpike in Bridgehampton, just north of the railroad tracks on the left-hand side. There's about 18 houses on the street, 10 on one side, 8 on the other. It's a very small private street. As you'll find out tonight, everybody knows each other. They all talk to each other. We've had a lot of community support for this. Currently, right now, out there on both sides of the street, there are no parking. There are restrictions that do not allow parking on either side of the street any time of the day. These are R20 zoning houses. They're small lots. They have small driveways, 1, 2, 3 cars at most. When these residents have guests over, landscapers, contractors, anything that requires, honestly, kids coming home from college, they have to park on the street and they end up getting tickets. There have been, I think there was a FOIL that like 33 tickets were issued in the past 2 or 3 months, some multiple tickets in the same day. That was valid since that was in the code, right? So we're trying to alleviate a issue that these residents are having while still keeping the streets safe for fire access, for vehicular travel. The street's about 24 feet wide. We're looking to open up the north side of the street to allow parking. I analyzed the street. We took a walk. I met with Priscilla. We walked up and down. We looked at the driveways. Then went on our aerials, and I measured the number of driveways. So on the north side, we have 8 curb cuts. There are no fire hydrants on the north side. There are no side streets on the north side. And we have about 487 feet of parkable shoulder. So 487. On the south side, we have 11 curb cuts, so 3 more curb cuts on the south side than the north side. There are fire hydrants on the south side, so you can't park in front of a fire hydrant, so that further decreases the amount of parkable space. There is one side street. It's a small jut off of the main road, and then there's about 407 feet of shoulder left to park. So in weighing those 2 options, the north side made the most sense. Secondly, it's really a one-way out street, right? It's a dead end. So anybody leaving will travel out to the turnpike, and they'll be on the right side of the road, which is the south side, where there are no cars parking. So they'll be unimpeded exiting their driveways. And I really doubt that anybody is backing out of their driveway to head towards the dead end to then turn around. So in reviewing all of that, I put together a letter. We mailed it to every post office address of those 18 houses, and then we also generated an email with that as well to a list that Priscilla gathered from her neighbors. We advised them to, write to us, come on Zoom, come to public.
Which we had like a bunch of letters.
Yeah, we had over a dozen letters. I spoke.
18 homes.
Yeah, there's 18. There's a lot of support for this. I mean, each house has been impacted by this in a way that just I don't know that any other neighborhood would understand, just not being allowed to street park. There still will be no street parking at night in accordance with the town code, and then during any snow removal or anything like that. So none of that changes. We're trying to open this up for parking during the day for visitors and guests. I have made it clear that, you know, if the residents start blocking each other's driveways and blocking pathways, then we're gonna have to get creative with how we sign it and everything like that. But I hope everybody will work with this and be good neighbors to each other and not block pathways and means of egress from residential properties. So,
Tom, I just want to first and foremost thank you for all your effort that you put into this. Thank you for the site visit with Priscilla. Priscilla, thank you for your advocacy of your fellow neighbors. I think everybody's really, really pleased. Yes, and I just, again, thank you for all your efforts. And then you did have a conversation with PD?
yes, yeah, so PD's going to, I don't know if I could say it. So we talked to PD.
They're okay
with it.
yeah.
So at
You
the,
can reassign that officer somewhere else.
they're
doing a good job.
very good at their job. This is something that we would, if it passes, we would put it on for the next meeting, but we'll have a conversation in the meantime.
Send them over to Northampton.
But, yeah, we're still gonna keep, on the north side, we're still gonna keep the last 50 feet adjacent to the turnpike, no parking.
Excellent.
So that, like, nobody's parking directly adjacent to where you're turning off of the turnpike, right? So that makes sense. And it works out that that 50 feet is pretty much where the first driveway starts. So there'll be no one parking from there to the corner.
What we
I think
say,
that's really helpful.
Parking from here to corner prohibited.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the rest of the signs just come down.
Yeah, the rest would come down, and they're kind of an eyesore. I mean, some residents have taken them down. It's not as signed as it used to be, but I mean, there are a lot of signs out there that I think people would appreciate not seeing anymore. So,
Does the highway department have to weigh in on this?
they don't have to weigh in on this. So, we have plenty of road width, and anyone who's kind of been on the fence about it, like, oh, I don't want it on my side of the street, put it on the other side of the street, being able to talk to them, being able to explain the math, the looking at the number of access points, where the hydrants are, try to lay it out in a logical way. So I think this makes the most sense. I think it'll open up a lot of opportunities to our residents. It'll decrease the amount of justice court visits that they have to make. And I think it'll be a much welcomed improvement for this neighborhood.
Thank you, Tom, for
Thank
settling
you.
all the problems in that neighborhood.
Thank you. Priscilla Garstin, would you like to come up and speak?
So I just want to say that I've gotten close to everybody on my street. We're close anyway, but everyone was so relieved and happy that when I brought this to my guy, Silly, and he said, well, we can, probably do something about this. So everyone on the street is completely supportive and very appreciative. And I have a bunch of letters that I could give out, but
You have
they're
copies.
they're very heartfelt.
You can hand them into.
Yeah. And, people explaining situations, a handicapped father-in-law, couldn't, park, and all sorts of service people getting tickets. So I know I have a few colleagues, they've been texting me, they're waiting on Zoom, and, my fellow neighbors, so we'll let them speak. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom who would like to speak?
No one on Zoom.
Maybe they saw the writing on the wall.
They said it,
We did get a whole bunch of letters, so.
Never mind. Here come the hands.
But do they want it, they might not want to speak.
I have 3 hands up, actually.
Oh, he's got three. He's got 3 hands up.
Hi there. My name is Michael Paris, my wife Caroline. We're at 43 Sunrise. Not a lot to say except for we completely support everything that's been mentioned here today, and we were very happy to support the town for about half of those 33 tickets that were referenced here. So thank you guys for your consideration.
Thank you.
I have 3 more people.
Hello?
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry. Hi, this is Chris Raggi from 23 Sunrise. I've been on the block for about 15 years, and I just wanted to say that this is a welcome resolution. And Priscilla, thank you, Tom, thank you all for hearing us out. And again, to the town of Southampton, you're welcome for all the tickets over the past summer. And Officer Turner, I don't know what you're going to do with your time now, but continue to do the great work you do. I know he was following the letter of the law, but we're really happy to come to this resolution. So thank you all.
Thank you.
One more person after this one.
Hey everyone, it's Leor. I hope you can hear me okay.
We can.
We own 44 Sunrise and 34 Sunrise. One of the first, I negotiate a lot of things for a living. One of the first things I do when I'm teaching young people, young lawyers, is I tell them, when you think he's won a point, just shut up and stop talking. So I'm not going to say anything other than thank you. We really appreciate this, and we look forward to this resolution.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody else have any other comments?
Last person.
Well, thank you, Councilmember Iacilli, for working with
Thank you. You like happy neighborhoods?
Tom and our engineering department and the community, bringing this forward.
It's not on tonight, right, Tom?
I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You don't have to come back. We'll
I
pretty
think we
sure
have
we'll
support
it.
on the board.
Yes. All right, so that brings us to the public portion. Thank you, Tom, for coming in.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Public portion.
the
So,
mayor.
Mayor Fiore, would you like to come up and speak with us? I'm sorry that we had adjourned the public hearing before you had the opportunity to.
That's okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, Jim, Sunday, thank you so much. If I had known the difference between a yellow card and a green card, I would have presented this during the budget discussion, because that's really where it belongs. I am here representing both myself as the mayor of North Haven and Peggy Gallagher, who is the president of the Noyak Civic Council. Peggy couldn't be here tonight. She had a death in the family, and I am representing our collective opinion. Our opinion is that we have witnessed diabolical traffic backups, which you are familiar with, on Noyak Road in the morning as cars and trucks and vehicles, 10,000 of them, come through Noyak Road, make the left on Sunset Beach Road, go either straight up to the Shelter Island Ferry or make a right on 114 at my traffic circle. Our traffic circle is 20 years old. 20 years ago, this chart was made, and this chart was presented to the Town Department of Transportation and the County Department of Transportation. We need both involved in this because Long Beach Road, as you know, is a county road, and Noyak Road is a town road. So this intersection sees 10,000 vehicles a day. I have a traffic counter on my radar detector, my radar sign on the North Haven side of this beach. So in the morning, traffic backs up on Noyak Road all the way to almost to Trout Pond. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but depending on how many cars, how many trucks, how many landscape trucks, how many garbage trucks, etc., it can be absolutely unnerving. In the afternoon, and I have been involved in traffic backups that go all the way back to my traffic circle, so that's 2 miles. That's a 2-mile backup. When you consider the exasperation, when you consider the energy that's lost, when you consider the pollution and the damage to the environment, when you consider the blood pressure of every driver that's on these roads that's waiting, so it's a health issue. It's also a safety issue because people who want to go to Long Beach, they can't cross this road without taking their life in their hands. Now, Charlie McCardle did do a little Band-Aid. And he put a stop sign here, and he put a left turn lane here, but it's a Band-Aid, and we're certainly grateful for it, but it's not the solution. the county has said, and both myself and Peggy Gallagher of the Noyak Civic Council have written to Ed Romaine and the Department of Public Works and copied all of you, and we believe that there is a good deal of support in the town. The county has said that they will put it in for a feasibility study in the 27-29 capital plan. But at this point, they wanted to know about taking over private property and eminent domain. This chart pretty much tells you there's plenty of room here without infringing on anyone's private property. I am not an engineer, but the man who put this on this chart is an engineer and was working for the town 20 years ago. So we need, and that's why I was hoping to get this in the budget session, but I didn't realize the difference in open hearings. So we need your support, because at least 50%, or maybe less, maybe more, depends on negotiating skills and how well Ann Welker can twist arms in the county, and we are working with her as well. But right now, it looks like it would be about $1.5 million to $2 million. So if it's in the 27 to 29 capital plan and it's a feasibility study, well, by the time we get it, it's going to be $3 million. But the point is, we need this, and our residents need this, and our communities need this, and our environment needs this, and our blood pressure needs this, because people miss appointments, people are late for work, people are late for school. It's a cluster. That's all I can say. And this is the cause of the cluster. So if you could support $1 million, that still gives you plenty of money in the budget for 2026. So if we could put $1 million aside for this and hope that the county will counter with another $1 million or more, depending on what mood they're in, and you probably are much closer to that, Michael, than I am, and I'm not close at all. This would be a major accomplishment and a major improvement to everyone's lives that comes out to this area. Thank you.
So Mayor, round of applause. As you know, as you know, I support the traffic circle, and I've been working very closely with Peg and the Noyak Civic, and I appreciate actually your advocacy for this. I know you've been pretty stern in your support for a traffic circle in this location.
You read my letter. I know.
Yes, yes. I did want you to know, and I will share this with you, I did respond to Commissioner Bartha, who did write back to Peg and the others, noting that they will do a feasibility study, which I think, by the way, is good news. It just shows that
it's certainly better than no study.
Right. Previously, the county was not open to a traffic circle there. So I did say we are in receipt. I'd like to just read the letter for the public.
Please do. Please do.
Our first shot at this included the traffic circle with the rest of the design for the Noyak pedestrian safety, but it was declined by.
But it was declined, right?
So my letter says the following: we are in receipt of communication between County DPW and the Noyak Civic Council regarding the roundabout concept on Noyak Road and Long Beach Road. We want to first and foremost extend our gratitude to the county for their consideration in exploring the feasibility of the roundabout at the Noyak Road and Long Beach Road intersection. Not only was this intersection a topic of concern during our task force, it was also a recommendation for further evaluation. Likewise, the town's highway superintendent has been working extensively with my office and the community to find ways to enhance the safety of the intersection until we could find a long-term solution such as a roundabout. We're extremely appreciative that the county intends to include a funding request for initial study and planning in the 2027-2029 capital program. This commitment represents a significant step toward improving public safety. However, given the documented history of safety concerns and the high priority assigned to this intersection by local stakeholders, we respectfully inquire whether it could be possible to add this funding request to an earlier capital program cycle or otherwise expedite the study and planning process. Accelerating this preliminary work would allow us, as the town, to bring a much-needed permanent safety solution to the community sooner. We believe the established need justifies the request for expedition. We are ready, willing, and able to provide any further documentation and/or support needed to facilitate this timeline, and we look forward to working with you. So, Mayor,
Certainly a nice sentiment.
Yes. Let's continue to keep in touch. I will reach out to you, so we're working in lockstep, and we could maybe even have a meeting with the county together.
Good. I would love to do that. I just live over here, so
Yes.
we're very close.
Yep.
The other thing I wanted to mention, the last time I was here, I was on my knees begging for your support for that Bridge House property at the end of our village, and you voted for it, and we got it. And I know I've thanked you by email and by letter and flowers and cards and candy, but I did want to put it on the public record.
Let's put it out there, we did not get flowers and candy.
Jackie got flowers, you got candy, or should have anyway. I just wanted to put it on the record that it means an awful lot to us, and the people in North Haven and Sag Harbor are absolutely over the moon about this acquisition. So thank you very much for your support, Dan and Jackie, you too. You made it
We were
happen.
happy to
Thank
do
you.
I just want to say one
No.
thing to the great mayor of North Haven. I sit in the traffic on both sides, in the morning and the afternoon sometimes.
So, I'm sorry.
I sit on the traffic on both sides.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know it exactly?
I know it is.
Okay, good.
So Michael has spoken to me about it, so when he brings this forward, I'm going to co-sponsor with him.
Okay,
So
good.
you got 2 votes already, you just have to find 3 more.
Because we need Ann
We need the
in
county to approve.
the county, right?
Yeah. I just want to say, this could be primarily a county financial obligation. I don't know that for sure. We may be able to talk about it, how we can partner, but primarily when a higher jurisdiction is taking on a particular roadway, they fund the project. But we could always have conversations,
If
Mayor.
it's holding it up because nobody's, they want
Able
to
to
see
fund it.
us, I mean, we can have a conversation.
But when you think about it, 20 years ago.
Because Noyak Road is ours, so.
Would have been
So it's been a long
600,000.
time. It's been a long
Yes,
time.
it's been a long time.
Okay, good.
We'll get
Thank
it
you so
done.
much, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming in tonight.
I'll get you that candy.
No.
No, that's fine. All right, well, so Beverly, is your card, I mean, it's a yellow card for a public hearing, but you meant for public portion, right?
Yes, I started filling out the other one, and then I said, oh, don't forget about this one.
Would you like to come up and speak now?
Good evening Supervisor and members of Town Board. My name is Beverly Perkowski, and I've lived in Northampton for 49 years. I've noticed there have been 2 recent work sessions with Janice Shearer about Riverside. One focused on the historical concept plan, basically redoing what Renaissance Downtown had started, but this time without real input from the community. I say without community input because we spoke at the March 2025 Franca meeting. We clearly said no. We said we want what we want. We asked for back in 2015. We are now in 2025, almost 2026. The vision we helped create, but we've been ignored. We were told we'd see the results of the new study in 30 days. And here we are months, many months later, watching work sessions with nothing that reflects what the community asked for. We've been told the original concept was unrealistic, but did anyone sit down with Renaissance Downtown to go over their findings? Or did they just hire someone new who doesn't live here and never asked us what we'd like to see? We, the people of Flanders, Riverside, and Northampton, are not happy with these changes. We want our voices to matter. We've been involved in this process from the beginning, and we deserve to be part of the decisions that shape our own community. I thank you again for everything you have done for us, coming to Flanders, or coming to the trigger trunk that we had the other night. I don't think you knew who I was.
And not at first I didn't, that was quite a costume.
Your orange hair.
But again, thank you for your support, and we really want to be working with you to get this done. Thank you.
And we are having we're coming to a Franca meeting in January. So we'll have more opportunity to talk then. Thanks, Beverly.
Is that meeting, has that been actually officially decided?
What?
Is that officially on the books, the January meeting?
Yeah, I don't know the exact date, but I know it's in January.
Okay, we should make sure that information gets out there. sooner rather than later, and
Franca meeting, so they put it out to the community.
We'll have the historical concepts come, and then the sewer,
Yeah.
engineers will be there too. And we did have, a meeting previously at Franca and at the school. But we'll keep getting that information out there and taking input. Adrian Buddha, there you are.
Good evening. It was nice seeing you all in Hampton Bays. I always find those meetings very inspiring. I'm Adrian Woodduck. I live at 12 Dale Avenue. It feels like a matter of a few years, but I actually moved out from the city in 2025, in 2000. One of my top five happy places is at the end of Long Neck Boulevard. I live 2 houses off of Long Neck Boulevard, and my happy place is the beach on Reeves Bay. Often I go there and I take pictures. It could be, the most brilliant summer day, and I send a picture to my daughter. There are like maybe 4 other people on the beach, and I say, there's such a crowd today. And it's a heavenly place. Anyway, we have a project, a wonderful project, this stormwater remediation, and I've witnessed amazing flooding down there, and the water, that sits there for a couple of 100 feet sometimes before the actual sand is, full of motor oil, and it's filthy. It's not fun to walk through to get through to the beach, but in May, with some pressure from our civic association, we asked that the original plan be revised, and I think it was in May that a new plan, May of this year, that the new plan was that what we reviewed. But the thing is, this is the drawing that we were given, and it is a plan view, which most people are, if you don't have wings and you're not in one of these businesses, a plan is very hard to understand. So this particular drawing is number 4 of 6, and since May, I've been trying to find the other 5 drawings because people in our community have questions. I said, I really can't answer that because that information doesn't appear on a plan. And so I handed Mr. Horowitz, and after weeks, he told me, well, his office doesn't have those drawings. And he sent an email to the deputy supervisor, and when he got back to me, he said, it's a highway department project, so you have to, the highway department, and I was reluctant to do that. I would have done that in the first place, but we don't have a very good history on this project with the highway department. We were ignored a lot. So I asked for the drawings, and I was told, make a FOIL application. I did, and I just a few days ago finally got an answer that there are no documents on this project.
But it indicates that it's page 4 of 6 or something, is that what you're saying?
This is drawing 4 of a set of drawings that explain this whole project. A plan, you couldn't build this project if this was the only drawing that you had.
30 seconds.
So, sorry? So I mentioned this to Bill last night, and I can't imagine that these drawings are not been submitted to the people who take care of these documents, and so I'm appealing to any of you who might be able to get your hands on the other drawings. It would help me address questions that people in my community have about the project, and
time's up.
And I also need it for my own education.
It's
I'm
for
very
the
interested.
existing project now, it's for what's going to be done, not a past version.
No, this is the latest. This is the latest drawing.
I think perhaps Councilmember Powell
I
can
spoke to
help with
Mark
that.
this morning. He was on the way up state for a convention or some
Yes,
training.
I'm sorry, my hearing's terrible.
I spoke to Mark this morning. He was on the way upstate for a training session.
Yeah.
And when he gets back, I'm gonna go down there and look at him. see what he has. I'm gonna open the files and I'll look.
Uh-huh. And would there be any reason why you couldn't get copies and?
I have to look to see
And
what's
get
there
them
to
to-
make copies, then, you know.
I
see
think
if
we
it's-
had, I think we had asked for like a rendering of, like a layman's rendering of what it was gonna look like, because I think I don't think the community is interested in engineering specs. I think you guys are looking for.
I'm interested
Yeah,
in
but
them.
I have to-
I'm interested in them.
I stand
Councilman
corrected.
McMahon, I was speaking.
My career is in this type of,
I have to look at the file. I can't talk without looking at the file. You know, she might have different ideas. Once I look at the files, then I can come back, give you a call. And if I have to foil it, you know, you have to foil it, I can tell you exactly what you can foil it. Or maybe I can make copies or call the architect and have renders made, and then Rick could bring it to your meeting.
Sister Charlie himself told me to foil it, and if he knew that there weren't any documents to be had.
Yeah, I can't, you know, I don't have that much information because I didn't look at it. I don't want to give you the wrong thing, then you'll get mad.
Yes, and
I'm just asking you to wait
do you have
until
some
next
idea
week.
of how much more time I have to wait? When it's done, when he's back?
Yeah, he's up there for 3 days, I think.
Oh, okay.
So probably Monday or Tuesday, I'll go up there.
I appreciate it, thank you.
I could give
Thank you.
her.
Can I take a look at what you
Yeah.
have? Because this is already gone to the DEC. I mean,
Yes,
it's
what I've been
already
told,
in the
and
works,
it's been
yeah.
at the DEC. I don't know if they're finished with it, but that's, as far as I know, that's where it is right now.
You have what I have.
The other ones might just be list of stuff.
I thank you. So Councilman Powell will get back to you. And I'm giving him your email right now. Okay. Oh, Angela, you know.
Angela, my granddaughter had a great time watching the position.
And that's what
So-
I'm here for.
Adrian, that's a Gmail, right? Gmail?
Good evening, Supervisor and members of the board. I would like to thank Cindy, Maria, and Rick for attending our trunk or treat this year. Flanders Riverside Northampton Community Association trunk or treat that is sponsored by the town, which is another reason why I'm standing up here, is because today there's a resolution, tonight there's a resolution to waive the fees for us using the facility. And we want to thank you. By waiving those fees, we were able to hire a magician. So we used the funds that we would have used for the facility to get a magician. And all I've been hearing is wonderful things about the magician and the trucks and just everything, everything that took place this year. It felt like pre-pandemic, and it was just so wonderful. And we want to go bigger next year, so I'll be talking. So I just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for coming out. And then I didn't look into it further, which is I apologize for the CDBG funds. I didn't speak to the community, so this is Angela Unold, resident. Head Start has been a phenomenal, I'm gonna toot three horns. Head Start has been phenomenal in the Riverside, Flanders, Northampton area. So I would support, I'm supporting for them. SEPA also has, over the years, been very supportive in the area, helping empower women in the community. They used my office for many years. And the Butterfly Effect, exact same thing. They have been wonderful in our area in helping the young children. So I'm almost positive my community would also say this, but I'm saying it for myself that those three I would definitely support. And I'm also excited to have heard about the cameras, the possibility of cameras at Ludlam, which would then bring also cameras to the Maritime Park. So those are all good news. So I'm excited to go back to the community and say that those are on the table. So again, thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you for always supporting your community
Yes.
and coming to speak with us.
Yes, I'm sorry. Just to answer your question, Mike. So we put in November.
Which question?
The one, I'm sorry, for the Franca meeting in January.
Oh, good.
So we put in November for the following calendar year. So as soon as the application's available, I'm requesting the first Wednesday. That's the only reason why it's
Great,
not
just-
in the book. It's going to.
All I'll say is let us know so that what we'll
Absolutely.
do is we'll put it out on our communication end so we can make sure the community knows about it.
Absolutely.
So, and we'll work together, which isn't ever a problem with Franca, so we're
Yep.
really appreciative.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Thanks, Angela. That was my first trunk or treat that I actually gave out candy. That was a quick 2 bags of candy. I got to tell you, you had a good turnout. Also, Michael's legislative aide, the JO, was there with her son also.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
She had a great time.
Lorraine Pacellia.
Good evening, everybody. As you know, I'm Lorraine Pacelio. I've served as Vice President and President of the Bayview Pines Civic Association for many years, and I'm currently serving on the CAC for Flanders, Riverside, and Northampton community. My number one reason on coming tonight is due to the recent multiple deaths that have occurred along the Route 24 corridor. I count 5 deaths in the last 6 weeks. My community has brought the dangers of Route 24 to the town's attention several times, as well as with Tommy John Schiavone. We need help. We have multiple accidents day in and day out, all year long. I have foiled the accident reports for 2 years running, and each year the total accidents increase substantially. The last year ending in I think it was either March or May 15th, was over 450 accidents in 1 year. Please help us by working with the state and doing whatever can be done now before more people die unnecessarily. Other issues we have been waiting on for some time include a blight code. We have been promised this for at least 2 years, but probably the need has been present for 20. We're still waiting for the Highway Department to provide information regarding the water preservation projects on Royal Avenue and Long Neck Boulevard. Please review and examine the building permit process, or perhaps consider stopping all new construction for a set period of time. This would help traffic, pollution, and allow proper inspection of current projects, as permits issued are not being complied with, as I recently witnessed at a planning board meeting when someone from the public came forward to say the permit on file did not match the building constructed. Also, this would allow more time to allow CPF or housing to purchase property, as well as the inspectors to inspect what is actually being built, that it matches the permits. Adding additional parking restrictions at the beach at the end of Long Neck Boulevard, similar to other beach parking restrictions, will help my community maintain its peaceful surroundings. Specifically, we're looking for no parking after sunset. We need code enforcement, and specifically, we need help with the property that's running an illegal mulching operation across the street from the Duck. We know that there were violations issued, but it's ongoing. The smell and the deterioration to the neighbors and the homes is disturbing.
Lorraine, at our last meeting, we approved a resolution authorizing the town attorney's office to go to Supreme Court to get a,
Great. An injunction.
I sponsored a resolution for an
Thank you very
enforcement
much.
action.
Thank you. There's also a commercial sign on residential property in my neighborhood that I've reported several times to code enforcement, and I'm told there's an exception. I don't want the sign to stand as the other exception, where we have this huge billboard with, Bible sightings underneath saying that it's a religious exception. This sign says Fisher LLC. It's a commercial sign. It's on residential property on the corner of Birch Avenue. There's also illegal studs still existing on the marsh, directly on the marsh at the end of Fantasy Drive. They've been there for years. I know they've been issued violations, but the construction halfway done is still standing there, and the weeds and everything has to grow around it. It's not natural. And finally, I have to agree with Mr. Pell regarding prioritizing preservation of our waterfronts. For instance, a new house was recently erected at 24 Pearson Road in Flanders. This is a huge two-story modular that dwarfs the surrounding homes and does not match with the other homes in the area. It's a huge eyesore to our shoreline. Please do whatever possible to stop this from continuing. And I thank you for your time, and I wish everyone who is up for election lots of luck on the upcoming election. Thank you.
Lorraine,
Thank you.
Lorraine, thank you so much. I just, there is something that I am introducing. I'm working with Councilman Pell to limit certain construction work during certain times of the day in the summertime. We're working on that, and we're also trying to address construction traffic, giving the chief building inspector some discretion over limiting certain number of parked cars, which would hopefully positively impact the traffic. I do have a follow-up question, though, for you. How are the CAC meetings going?
They're going fine.
Okay.
We go, we talk, we discuss, but I wanted to bring everything to your attention as well. I know that it is brought back to you guys, but, you know, I think that certain things should be put out to the public, and that's my list.
I know, but you're saying, but you've listed a couple of items that you had said that has not been addressed, and typically those CAC meetings, you should be getting those issues addressed by your liaisons.
Well, they're trying.
Okay.
We're trying. We're all trying, and it takes a long time to get anything done, certain things done. It seems certain things get done, and certain other things don't get done.
Well, I'm, you know, if Rick and Cindy have any need for any help, I'm sure.
Some of the building department,
are here to help.
issues are something that we're dealing with the building department, and sometimes the answer is not what everybody wants to hear, but we are addressing probably at least half of these items. The one real concerning is the accidents on 24. I've been caught up in a couple of them, and I think 3 out of the last 4 were car to pedestrian, which is really the scary part. And all seems to be in the same general area, too.
We've asked that the speed limit specifically be lowered from right before Oak Avenue, where the light is on 24, where Hampton Deli is, right to 105. That corridor right there is, people walk, there's delis, and, you know.
They walk across the street.
They walk across the street, it's not well lit. We've also asked the state to erect lighting down at where the crosswalk is by McDonald's. That's where another death recently took place. So we have put out, you know, feelers, so to speak, to ask that for that, because it's a state road. But I want you all to be aware of it also, because we're the residents and we're dying.
What was that statistic? You gave 5 deaths in the last, what was
6
the
weeks.
time period?
6 weeks.
And I will ask the police chief to follow up with the state and lend his voice to it as well.
Yeah, we need it.
And if you see waterfront property, let Rick know, and Rick can bring it to Jackie.
Well, the problem is, we don't know until the building is going up, or until the resident complains. That's why, you know, the building department and their offices have to be a little bit more forthcoming with the information to the CIC about maybe, you know, requests in the area for building or new construction, because we don't know until it goes up, and by then, a lot of times it's too late. It's like the guy at the planning board, he came and he says, you know, the building is 3 stories tall. When I go to look at the building permit, it's not 3 stories, so who's in charge of that, you know? And well, now it's built, and
Most leads I get, people tell me, like, people say, hey, there's a property over there for sale, this over here is for sale. Then I call Jackie, and Jackie looks it up and says, yeah, it is for sale.
I've done that.
That's, you know, even if you think it might not be for sale or for sale, you never know.
I've done that.
In this property, I have told, you know, I said, hey, Jackie, and she says it's not for sale. We already tried. Or, you know, the people aren't interested. You don't know until you try.
Right. I know that, that Riverside Circle there, where the proposed gas station is supposed to be going, or it's getting approved, I heard that the seller does want to sell to CPF. Isn't that right, Angela? Didn't you have a conversation with?
Yes, and if you ask her, I told her about those 3 lots.
Yeah.
Just west of 7-Eleven, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not 7-Eleven, McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah. The old,
And you know, CPF says, no, the seller doesn't want to sell. That's what we were told, but then
Not
we
on
heard
those
from the...
property. Those property was,
Okay,
yeah.
so does the buyer want to sell or not? I mean, does the seller want to sell it to CPF?
You can't
It's too
really
late.
talk to her.
I think the quote was that we've never made an offer, but we feel
Have.
we don't have a willing seller at this point. He's never answered any of our calls or outreach to say, yeah, it might be, so we can actually appraise it and make an offer.
I think that's the gas station. She's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, she's talking about the old car dealership.
Right.
I think it's a tea room and the barber shop. It's just a property which, you know, we have to follow through on sending them an email with a will and seller letter. That's the next step.
We try.
But we're still working on it. Now she's gonna work on it because I called out on it. She's mad at me.
She'll do it. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Dan smiling. More work.
All right, is there anybody on Zoom, Kevin, for a public portion?
Yes, there is.
That's the,
What did he say?
Yeah, no, I know, it's separate. She was talking about both.
There's people on Zoom.
I can't hear you,
we
Kevin.
can't
He
hear
said
you.
there's people on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Probably from the Bridgehampton Civic. Came in for the public hearing. Woman that came about the ag reserve. Yeah, her.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Let me just make it a little louder. Okay, good evening. Thank you very much. My name is Michelle Green, and I'm in Butter Lane in Bridgehampton. I've spoken to some of you in the past, and I appreciate being able to speak tonight. I need your help because I'm here to represent many of my neighbors who live surrounding the agricultural reserve on Butter Lane. 625 Butter Lane has had alpacas living there for over 5 years. And the issue is that, according to our easement, this property is not supposed to have alpacas. The many easements, it seems like, and this is more of a larger issue than just ours, don't seem to be enforced as well as others. And I know that this is an issue that has been brought up to the town in the past. As far as our easement goes, alpacas are not allowed as pets in the easement, nor are they allowed as animal husbandry because you require 10 acres to have animal husbandry in the town of Southampton. The acreage is clearly, I think it's 8 or something, it's clearly less than 10 acres. So we've been going through the different boards, planning board, zoning board, the agricultural board, the ag and markets district in front of the representatives. And it's gone on and on and on for over 5 years, actually almost 8 years complete. It's still in these various boards with no decisions. But the problem is that I'm told that the alpacas are against the easement, that they are a clear use violation. And I've gotten just a cross answer from between code enforcement and the town attorney's office about what they're really allowed to do. And I guess I'm sort of here to ask for a clear answer in terms of if we could have a clear answer in writing to know what the true legal opinion is of the town. I think, after all these years, I think it's the least they could do to help us. And that's why I'm here practically begging you to get a clear answer from the legal department there. I know that Jim Burke is there. I know that many of my neighbors have reached out to him. And we've been told different things. And we've been told also that we're represented by attorneys. And I understand that. And this is in front. There are other issues that are in front of that Jim knows, and I'm sure other people have heard about that, are in front of the various boards, and they've been on hold for 6, 7, 8, 9 years almost now, I think. But the question is, how does something that to us seems like a violation is allowed to continue in forever, in perpetuate, time, I don't know. And we just don't have a clear legal answer. And that's why I'm here. I know that I've left messages for various people. I know Meredith Berkowitz has left messages. I know the attorneys have left messages. And it's just gone on too long. And I'm wondering if I could get someone's help to get a final answer to this dilemma.
Tell her something. Do you mind? I thought that the answer had been provided to you that just having alpaca on the property is not a code violation. It's animal husbandry. And this doesn't meet the definition of animal husbandry, which is breeding the animals.
That's not what they told us in the different meetings that we've had. If you look at certain boards that the town attorney was there and other attorneys were there, and obviously the plaintiff's attorneys were there, and our attorneys were there, and there were so many attorneys that they could discover new laws. Anyway, they testified.
Went out to the property and they said there was no violation because it didn't constitute animal husbandry.
That's not what I was told. I was told that this is what they claimed, that Bennett claimed in the various meetings, and you can listen to them saying that they're doing animal husbandry, that they're selling the fur from the alpacas, not breeding. So once and for all, it would be really helpful, because they're not allowed to have pets. And whoever decided that they're allowed to have these, and they've come on to Butter Lane. There was nobody there. They've come on Butter Lane twice. One time, my neighbors were kind enough to help guide them back in over Thanksgiving weekend when nobody was around. They could have gotten killed. I mean, alpacas are there for a tax dodge. They're not pets, and they're not clearly being taken care of. If you really want to take care of your pet, you have structures, you have enclosures, you have shelter for them. Because the building department made them remove shelter, these alpacas are dying in the summer from the heat, and they're going to be freezing in the winter from the cold. So they're truly not someone's pets. So I really would like I urge the town to take a really closer look at this, because the easement is very clear, and I know that you've had problems with this, and that it's in litigation now. They've appealed the fact that they want to build housing in the reserve, and
Meredith,
they
can
want
I
to do-
interrupt you for 1 second?
Of course, sorry.
I just want to, since there is, ongoing litigation and multiple lawyers involved, this is obviously
Yes.
not something we are going to be able to give you a concrete answer on this evening, so can we?
No, I understand that.
Look
I
into
completely
getting back to you?
understand that. I completely understand that. I just think that regardless of what's going on with the other issues, because the litigation is for the housing, the litigation isn't for the alpacas. And that's what the town attorney's office hired outside counsel, who have been, I guess they sued the town, and then, I mean, Mr. Burke could speak more clearly than I can. I'm not eloquent on how these things work, but basically, you had to hire outside counsel for that issue. So that isn't an issue I'm speaking about. This is just simply the alpacas that have been brought there during COVID.
All we can really tell you is we will look into it and we will get back to you.
Okay, that's all I ask. I really appreciate it.
I'm happy to reach out to you, Dr. Green, too.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. Yeah. We did win a very substantial lawsuit on the issue of the housing recently, involving the adjacent property to where Dr. Green lives. So that was a very important case that we upheld the definition of an easement that we took a strong stand on. And it was really, quite frankly, it was open to interpretation. And we got a very favorable decision on that. So that was. But there's been a lot of litigation on this on these issues, and it's not a clear. There's not a clear, simple answer by any means.
If they don't have shelter, maybe it's time to involve the ASPCA or the Suffolk County PC, whatever animal rights groups. Just saying.
It should be an easy to answer, whether it's a code violation or not. Code enforcement said it's not, but, if you want to follow up, I get a legal opinion.
We can talk. I know Sean has spent a lot of time I know Sean Cambridge in my office, and I know Ryan has spent a lot of time in code enforcement, have spent a lot of time on these issues. I've spent a fair amount of time on
On
these
the
issues.
alpaca issue?
Well, just in general. I've been to the site numerous times over the years. I've talked to Dr. Green many, many times, as well as other people. I know Sean has put hours and hours of his time on this
So
matter,
first,
as well as code enforcement has as well.
But your office is looking into all of
Oh,
that.
absolutely, yeah. And I'm more than happy to reach out to Dr. Green. I've talked to her many times before. She's fine to work with.
Thank you. Kevin, is anyone else on Zoom?
That's all for Zoom.
All right. Oh,
I would like to ask permission to speak.
sure, Sue, right?
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Board, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I would like to address the issue about the...
To say your full name and address.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, my name is Suzanne Smith, and I live in Hampton Bays, New York. I would like to address the issue of the traffic and the accidents on 24. There's also an issue that you didn't mention about their severe flooding, and please excuse me, I don't know the name of the road, but it's right across from where the Northampton ambulance is, a little bit west of the senior center on Flanders Road. There's
Greenville.
severe flooding on that corner of that street that's on the other side of the road. Do you
On the
know?
north side.
Oh, yeah, south side, I'm
South
sorry.
side. I think that's.
Yes, south side.
North side.
North side. Yeah, I think it's
North
Greenville.
side, what, I don't know my left
Green
from my
Avenue,
right
Greenville.
either, so don't, just, I'm okay. But that flooding, when it rains, reaches the line that divides the roads. So if you're going, so I would be going west, if you're in the westbound lane and you don't want to go through the middle of that puddle, you have to go way into the eastbound lane. And that interferes with the eastbound traffic. I almost got into an accident there one evening due to that flooding. So that is an issue that I think could be looked at too, to help that problem.
That may,
Yeah, I'll take it.
Rick can, I can work with Rick and we can contact the highway. Maybe we can
Yeah,
put it.
it's a puddle that,
Could put a drain in.
Drain.
yes,
It might-
it's a puddle that reaches all the way across the side road
Yeah.
and all the way to the line in the
we can't
road.
Put a drain, our highway can't put a drain on the main road because it's on our road.
Okay.
But we might be able to put it on the side
Yeah,
road.
I'm not
where
saying
the
that's
water
the
comes down.
issue at all, but it could
have to
be
look at it.
part of a problem.
Yeah.
Well, if you have to
Safety.
pull into the other lane
Yes,
to get
you have to
around
pull
it,
into the other lane to not, and you don't know how deep that is.
Yeah.
So you want to get around it. So I just wanted to mention that.
We can look at it. I'll get him.
Thank you for
Thank you
bringing
letting
it
me
up.
speak.
Talk tomorrow.
And I know there's a question about code enforcement. I'm going to get the answer to you on that. And you too, both. All right, well, if there's no other questions, then I move to close public hearing, public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Looking for the resolution.
For what?
Permission to take, sorry, permission to take 2025-1252 out of order,
What page?
page 41.
Thank you.
Just because Kara's here, if there's any questions, I just want to make sure it's, you know, she's been waiting patiently, and I just want to make sure if there's any questions on this. So can we take it out of order?
Sure, you move to
Yes.
take it out of order.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Kara, would you come up just to speak on this? Please.
This is a property that just came to the attention of my office. And when we looked into it, we discovered that it is a 72H property, which is a property that was transferred to the town specifically with restrictions that it be developed for affordable housing purposes. So we're asking that the town board work with us in transferring it to the Town of Southampton Housing Authority so that they can develop it for us. The lot is a small lot, but it is consistent with the other lots in that area. And looking at it with the Housing Authority, we think we can develop an 800-square-foot home, about two-bedroom, 800-square-foot home on the lot, which would be a terrific starter home for somebody. That's what my first home was, 2 bedrooms, 800 square feet. So I think it would be a terrific starter home for somebody.
And the county transferred that to us under the 72H program?
Yes, and it does have specific restrictions that it be developed for affordable housing.
As per the 72H law.
Correct.
Its own tax lot, right? So hopefully, if it's had a separate tax lot since 1981, we may be able to address the health department issues, because it is a small lot, it's like 5,000 square feet.
Yeah, 4,000. Yeah.
So it is small, so.
It is.
If it's a separate tax lot, we might be able to get health department approval for the house.
So what if we don't get the approval, then what happens?
Well, they can possibly look and possibly trying to utilize a TDR if possible. You know, we have to go to a board review with the health department, so if not, then it's, you know, it's a small lot.
Transfer it back to the
Then
county?
it goes back to the county, right?
Yeah.
Because if we don't develop it, it is required to go back to the county.
Okay, that's fair.
County's not gonna want it.
You're the lead sponsor, Rick.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, as long as we can get a home that's approximately 750 or 800 on it, because it is a very small lot. I was worried, you know, we had talked about possibly just a tiny home on it, which in my mind is 400 or 500 square feet. But 750 or 800 is a livable, and it's equal to what's in that area now. So I think that would be great.
Great.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kara.
Thank you for taking me out of order.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I haven't had dinner yet.
Sorry.
Who has?
Go ahead, Rick.
All right, yep. So Town Board Resolution 2025-1252, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli, authorize the transfer of the property located at 13 Shell Road, Hampton Bays, to the Town of Southampton Housing Authority to be developed for affordable housing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Kara.
Thank you, Kara.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1215 to authorize the purchase of safety shoes from Suffolk County contract with Safeguard Safety Shoe Company.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1216 to authorize purchases from WB Mason Company, Inc., using the Suffolk County contract and Eastern Suffolk BOCES contract.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1217 to authorize purchases of electrical, lighting, data communications, and security products and related products, services, and solutions from Gray Bar Electric Company, Inc., using Omnia Partners contract. All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1218, authorized purchase of trailer from Certified Stainless Service, Inc., DBA Westmark, using Sourcewell contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1219 to authorize purchases of trailers from Felling Trailers, Inc., using the Sourcewell contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1220 of 2025, authorize supervisor to sign contract extensions for embroidered and silkscreen clothing with NYSID, BSN Sports, Jonas Enterprises, Inc., Woods Men's and Boys Clothing, Inc., J&G Awards and Sports, Emergency Responder Products, and Fisher Signs and Shirts.
Are these just extensions of existing contracts that we've had, or these recently?
Yes.
Town Board Resolution
We didn't
2020.
vote.
Oh, sorry. Let's
Did
go,
someone
guys.
second it?
Rick did.
Second.
Oh, all in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Town Board Resolution 2025-1221, authorize supervisor to sign contract extend with the Long Island Mason and Concrete Corp. for requirement contract for miscellaneous concrete construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1222, authorize supervisor to sign extended contract with Rosemark Contract, Inc. for requirement contract for full depth reclaim.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1223, authorize supervisor to sign contract extend with Rosemark, Inc. for requirement contract for paving repair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1224, authorize supervisor to sign contract with L.K. McLean Associate Engineer and Survey DPC Professional Survey Engineer and permitting survey for install of fish passage of dam trail in Flanders.
Second?
That's
All in
very-
favor?
that's another very excited one.
Very excited.
Mike's going to do a report on it. I have to tell you. Town Board Resolution 2025-1225, authorize supervisor to sign contract with L.K. McLean, Associate Engineer and Survey for DPC, Professional Service Engineer, required permit and construction administration service for Whalebone Landing, Inc. in Southampton.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1226 of 2025, authorize supervisor to sign contract extensions for banners and signs with Fisher Signs and Shirts LLC.
Second?
And that is an extension also. All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1227 of 2025, co-sponsored with Supervisor Moore, authorize supervisor to sign contract extension with Gershaw Recycling for removal of abandoned junk and decommissioned vehicles.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1228, to authorize the supervisor to sign contract extension with North Sea Hardware for lumber and paint east of the canal.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1229, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to authorize the supervisor to sign contract extension with Tonsa Automotive, Inc., replacement parts for Chevrolet and General Motors.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1230, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Historical Concepts to prepare a pattern book for the comprehensive implementation of the Riverside Overlay District zoning.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1231, to authorize the 2025 renewal with ESRI, Inc. for software licenses utilized in the GIS division.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1232, co-sponsored with Councilwoman McNamara, authorized purchase of vehicle and equipment parts and related product from NYS OGS contract with United Auto Supply of Syracuse West, Inc., Outlet Auto Supply, Inc., DBA Factory Ford Parts and Parts Authority LLC, DBA Parts Authority.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1233, to authorize the supervisor to execute a contract extension with Fisher Signs and Shirts LLC for vehicle graphics.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1234, to authorize the supervisor to execute a contract extension with Quag Sinclair Fuel, Inc. for liquid propane gas.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1235, co-sponsored with Councilwoman McNamara. Authorize supervisor to execute a contract with Maritime Exchange Museum, a sole source provider of fine nautical antiques for the Diana Life Saving Station.
Second.
It's going to be
All
very
in
exciting to see.
favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
I want to thank Mark from Jim's office for working to make this happen.
Madam Clerk, may I be added to that?
Okay. Now,
Yeah, we need special things, right, for the historical con. Yeah, sure.
Whole board.
Whole board?
Yep.
All of us. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Town Board Resolution 2025-1236, to authorize the supervisor to execute a no-cost contract extension with Coastal Science and Engineering, Inc. for coastal engineering services in connection with the Bridgehampton Beach Erosion Control District Phase 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Town Board Resolution 2025-1237, to authorize the supervisor to execute a no-cost contract extension with Coastal Science and Engineering, Inc. in connection with the Sagaponack Beach Erosion Control District Phase 2.
Same second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1238, co-sponsored with Councilwoman McNamara, authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement with Fox Land Surveying to prepare a survey for 130 Old Riverhead Road West, Hampton Bays.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1239, co-sponsored with Supervisor Moore. Authorize the supervisor to execute contract extend for heavy-duty trucks, Part Class 5-8 trucks.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1240, to authorize the supervisor to execute contract extensions with Shinnecock Hardware, North Sea Hardware, and Suffolk Lock and Security for hardware and various items for pickup.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1241, authorize supervisor to sign contract extend for drainage construction with Dallow, Coal, and Stone, Inc., DBA South Fork Asphalt for the east of the canal, and Rosemark contract for west of the canal.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1242, to authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with N&P Engineering, Architecture, and Land Surveying, PLLC, for the Fire Island Inlet to Montauk Point project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1243 of 2025, authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety LLC, doing business as Briscoe Protective, for 62 Red Creek Road, Squiretown Park Activity Lodge.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1244 of 2025, authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety LLC, doing business as Briscoe Protective, for 62 Red Creek Road, Squiretown Park Dining Hall.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1245 of 2025, authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety LLC, doing business as Briscoe Protective, for 62 Red Creek Road, Squiretown Park Storage.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1246 of 2025, authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety LLC, doing business as Briscoe Protective, for 62 Red Creek Road, Squiretown Ranger Station.
Second.
All in favor?
Town Board Resolution 1247 of 2025, authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety LLC, doing business as Briscoe Protective, for 72 Dune Road, Tiana Beach.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1248 of 2025, authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety LLC, doing business as Briscoe Protective, for 89 Dune Road, Tiana Bayside.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1249, to authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with RLT Engineering, Geology, and Land Surveying, PC, for the Fire Island Inlet to Montauk Point project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Jim, thank you for all you're doing, and Kelly, on that FIMP project. I know
Yes,
it's a lot to
Yeah,
get it.
Kelly's captaining, but it's, yeah, it's a lot, but it's, looks like we're getting there too. Hopefully get me making offers on our property soon. So.
Yeah, surveying, appraisals, and now
Yeah.
easements.
Yeah, it's, working with the state and the Army Corps, it's not always easy, but it's,
Well, thank you.
hopefully getting there, but thank you.
Sunday, in the last resolve, there's a Scrivener's error, there's a period, instead of 7,000, it's 7.3. Should be a comma
Yeah.
instead of a period.
Good catch.
Bottom of page 38.
In the last resolved.
I'm sorry, and what is the error?
There's a period instead of a comma.
Okay.
Okay, Bill, you're next.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1250, authorize supervisor to sign contract extend to furnish and install asphalt with Corzini Asphalt and Rosemar, Inc.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1251, co-sponsored by the entire board. A resolution authorizing the supervisor and the chief of police to sign a memorandum of understanding with Remsenburg, Spionk, and Bridgehampton school districts to implement the Handle with Care program.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Because it seems that the pilot program with Hampton Bays was a success, and I did ask the chief if he'd like to come and speak with us at a work session, so we'll see.
That's
He didn't
good.
get back to me yet. This one we did already. Town Board Resolution 2025-1253, the 2025 notice to bidders for vehicle fuel management system maintenance and installation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1254, it's a 2025 notice to bidders for supply plumbing supplies to the town.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1255, sponsored by the whole board, 2025 notice to propose engineer design permit service for trout pond culvert replacement with a fish passage.
Second.
Fish passage. That's another one good for you, Mike.
Bill, thanks for your advocacy on that fish ladder. It's going to be
It's a good
really
thing.
a nice addition. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, especially when you get the sidewalks and the turn-in circle. You could start there and walk all the way up to Norton.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1256 to amend the 2025 budget for various departments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Dorothy, for keeping track of all of that. Town Board Resolution 2025-1257 to amend our 2025-2029 capital budget for the purchase of 1232 North Sea Road in Southampton,
Second.
which is the former Southampton Ambulance Barn.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1258 of 2025, co-sponsored by the entire board. Amend the 2026 preliminary budget and add a new position in the Parks Department.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
I thought that the entire board might want to co-sponsor that
Okay.
purchase
Sure.
of the
I think we should.
1257.
Add everybody.
48.
Town Board Resolution 1259 of 2025, co-sponsored by the entire board. Amend the 2026 preliminary budget for Police Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1260 to accept the resignation of Ed Wisnowski from the Landmarks and Historic Districts Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I do want to thank Ed for his 8 years as chair on that board, and his dedication, expertise, and steady leadership have been invaluable, and not only to the Landmarks Board, but to the preservation of our community's heritage. And he will certainly be missed, and his impact will be lasting for years to come. Town Board Resolution 2025-1261 to appoint Stephanie Davis as Chair of the Landmarks and Historic District Board.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1262 of 2025, co-sponsored by the entire board. Waive Parks and Recreation Facility use fee for Franca trunk or treat or event.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1263 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilmembers Iacilli and Martell. Authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Friends of the Hampton Bays Library Magical Sleigh Ride to be held on December 7th, 2025.
Second.
Could you
All
add
in
me too,
favor?
please?
Aye.
You want to be
I
in it too?
want, sure, I
The whole
want to
board.
go to that.
She wants
Want
to
to add
ride
everybody to
too,
the next one,
honestly.
too?
Yeah.
Town Board Resolution 1264 of 2025, co-sponsored with council members Iacilli and Martell. Authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Hampton Bays Union Free School District Homecoming Parade on October 17th, 2025, from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Can you do the whole board again on that one, please?
Town Board Resolution 1265 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilman Martell. Authorize waiver of Parks and Recreation Facility use fee for 2025 St. Rosalie's Our Lady of Guadalupe Run.
Second?
All in favor?
You can add me to that too, please.
Yeah, we should probably all
Could add
do the
everybody.
waivers.
Yes.
That's our new thing now. Town Board Resolution 2025-1266, co-sponsored by the entire board. The historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Austin Tuttle Family House, located at 149 South Country Road, Remsenburg, Spionk.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1267, co-sponsored by the entire board. The historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Herman Ellsworth Terrell House, located at 11 Walnut Avenue, East Quogue.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Jackie and Dan.
Town Board Resolution 1268 of 2025, co-sponsor with Supervisor Moore. Authorize acceptance of maintenance bond in connection with 192 West Montauk Highway in the hamlet of Hampton Bays.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1269, a resolution to accept the demolition bond in connection with the demolition of an existing cottage at 83 Sabonic Road in Tuckahoe.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1270, a resolution, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to authorize the acceptance of a performance bond in connection with the site plan known as Rivian LLC in the hamlet of Watermill.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then going to withdraw Town Board Resolution 2025-1271. Its amendment is in the walk-ons.
Town Board Resolution 1272 of 2025, attend DARE in Pembroke, New Hampshire.
Second?
All in favor?
1271 was withdrawn. I'm sorry.
Town Board Resolution
Wait,
1270.
hang on.
One second.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so 1271 is withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
Okay, and
1272, seconded by me, and we have to vote.
All in favor?
You don't think we voted? All in favor?
Did. Aye.
yes, now we're good.
Town Board Resolution 1273 of 2025, attend Reed Technique of Investigative Interviewing course.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1274 to accept the resignation of Alexis Moranchel, Scale Operator in Municipal Works.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1275 to accept the resignation of Anthony Carpenter, Senior Park Attendant in the Parks and Recreation Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who was the second?
Michael?
It's a quiet one.
It's a quiet second.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1276 to accept the resignation of Joseph Archer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1277 to appoint Jeremy Scarata to Scale Operator in Waste Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Town Board Resolution 2025-1278 to appoint Joseph Cartelli to Sanitation Helper in Waste Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1279 to appoint Santino Figueroa to Sanitation Helper in Waste Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then Sunday, I'm going to skip to Town Board Resolution 2025-1284
Okay.
to appoint Regina Johnson to the office assistant position in the Justice Court.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1285, co-sponsored by the entire board, a notice of public hearing to consider the adoption of the annual CPF pilot payment plan for the 2025-2026 tax year.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And that will be on November 12th.
Town Board Resolution 1286 of 2025, notice of public hearing to consider amending Town Code Article 4, Multifamily Planned Residential Development District, MFPRD, as it relates to expiration of approvals.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board, nope, that's yours.
Town Board Resolution 1287 of 2025, notice of public hearing to repeal Chapter 330 zoning, Article 5A, entitled Affordable Housing Overlay District, Sections 29.1 to 29.11, rename Article 5A to Community Housing Fund Overlay District, and replacing Sections 29.1 to 29.10 with the updated standards in order to coordinate zoning procedures with the town board's process for Community Housing Fund approvals.
Second?
I get questions on this. Go ahead.
Okay, just that, I was going to say, we're going to have a work session on that. Kara's going to be away for a couple of weeks, so we'll do it on November 20th, which is before the public hearing date.
Okay.
What's your comments?
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, okay, all right, well then, all in favor?
Aye. Thank you for scheduling it.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1288 to authorize the sale of a town-owned .5 fractional Pine Barrens credit.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1289, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the acquisition of 189 Dune Road in the village of Quogue and to amend the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second and yay.
Thank you, Dan.
Second and yay.
Jackie.
Yeah,
Thank you both. Town Board Resolution 2025-1290. Oh, that's the one. There was
These
a
are the
lot.
two.
Yeah, the prior one. Thank you, yeah. So 2025-1290, co-sponsored by the entire board, to change target area of parcels to Village, Hamlet Green, and to amend the CPF Management and Stewardship Plan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1291, co-sponsored by the entire board, to change target area of parcels to wetlands and to amend the CPF Management and Stewardship Plan.
Same second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And those were discussed previously at work sessions. Town Board Resolution 2025-1292, a road review application for 8 Middle Pond Lane LLC, Suffolk County Tax Map Number as indicated at Shinnecock Hills is accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1293, road review application for Christian Leno, Suffolk County Tax Map Number as indicated, situate at Hampton Bays is accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1294, road review application for Paradise Found, NY LLC, Suffolk County Tax Map Number as indicated, situated in Sag Harbor is accepted.
Can we go there?
I know,
Second.
Paradise Found is nice. All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board,
It was Cindy.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1295, a road review application for the Joseph G. Farrell Jr. Irrevocable Children's Trust, Suffolk County Tax Map Number as indicated, situated at North Sea, is accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have the walk-ons. Just 4. Town Board Resolution ID number 51290 to authorize the supervisor to execute a no-cost contract extension of term of contract for the surveying, engineering, and land planning services for the realignment of Enterprise Drive, Hamlet of Riverside agreement with Squires, Holden, Weisenbacher, and Smith.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution ID number 51309, which is this 2025 Standard Workday and Reporting Resolution for elected and appointed officials.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution ID number 51327, which is the warrant number 20, capital number 20, CPF number 20, dated October 28th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 51331, authorize funds from the historical burying ground account to be purchased endurance gravestone and monument cleaning for headstone preservation in the town historical burying grounds.
Second, and may I be the co-sponsor, please?
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Just want to say one last thing.
All right.
I just want to reach out and tell the Water Quality Committee, thank you very much for, because a lot of the water quality projects they approved for this year, and today, I've been working on since I was a trustee. And I want to thank you, Jackie, for persuading them to do it, and Dan helping out somewhere.
Thank you. All right, well, if there's no other comments, then I move to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, everyone.